Let's talk about you're very young this year. I mean, it's a different team every year, but you are young. Just talk about, I guess, the breakdown of freshmen, sophomores, that sort of thing.
I would say probably 25% to a third of our team is freshmen. I don't necessarily look at that as a bad thing. I think if you've got great freshmen, I think it could be a good thing. We're not playing anyone that has seniors or juniors. We're playing freshmen and sophomores. So, I kind of look at it as we're all pretty much on the same level.
I know they're getting tired of hitting each other, but you got a scrimmage Saturday, and a lot of things will be determined, I guess, this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday's big for all of our guys. A lot of competitions going on at various positions, and hopefully Saturday will kind of clear the picture up in terms of who wins the starting job.
At quarterback's position, a lot of people are looking at a couple of local kids and an out-of-state guy are looking at that spot too.
I've been really pleased with our quarterback battle. All three of those guys really push each other. I think they thrive off each other and the competition that each of them bring to the race. And I'm excited for Saturday to see who shines. I know they're all pulling for each other, and it's a unique room there in the quarterback room.
You talked about the schedule. Of course, it's not easy in any game, any year, but having it, I guess, the tougher games spread out so much, you kind of emphasize that. Maybe that's going to help some things out.
I hope so. I hope that our schedule will allow us to have some success and not so many of the tougher opponents just stacked on top of each other week to week. Every game in this league is very, very tough, and there are no cupcakes in this league. But hopefully. We get away from the meat grinder that we've been in.
And finally, you've been right there close to the playoffs the last couple of years, just that one little step to knock down the doors, so to speak. Starting fast, it's something you've kind of emphasized here today, starting fast, not just in games, but just in the season.
Yeah, that's kind of the mantra is, start fast and finish strong, and that's what we have to do. We preach it in practice, starting practice fast and finishing strong, and we preach it in class with regard to their academics and starting fast in the classroom and not getting behind it. And hopefully that that translates and filters over into our season and starting fast. I think it's imperative to start fast and gain some momentum, especially with some young guys.
All right, Sean Cannon, third year as the defensive coordinator here at ICC. Your thoughts coming into the fall of football here at Etowamba?
Well, we're really excited. I feel like we've got some good talent to work with this year. They're working hard, and hopefully our fruits of our labor will pay off here in just 2 weeks from tomorrow. So hopefully we'll be able to see what kind of product we put on the field.
Well, I'll tell you what, just talking to your defensive players today at Media Day, boy, there are some folks that are just chomping at the bit. They cannot wait to get out there to put on that red and blue.
Yeah, I think we took pictures Sunday for our team picture. They got to dress up in the red jerseys and the new pants and the new cleats, and I think that kind of got them, hey, this is just getting around the corner, and we've worked hard, and I think it's come a point in time, too, where we're kind of, tired of seeing the same people every day. Hopefully we, be able to go against and do some things against other opponents. So, but we still got a few days to go to get where we need to get to for sure.
Well, one of the places you want to get to is obviously the postseason. You've come so close these last 2 years, tied for second. What's it going to take for us to take that next step, maybe to make the postseason?
We talk about starting fast, and that's with any season, any games, whatever. I think you got to finish too. We got to learn to finish. We got to learn to, we got to take the wins in stride and be able to move on and turn the page and understand it's a weekly challenge. Every week's a weekly challenge to do that. And then let the cards fall where they are. Keep people healthy. Be injury free. I think that's really key for us, just with the limited amount of roster that we do have to work with, and then be able to peak at the right time. Kind of get better as the year goes on. And hopefully by game 8 or 9, we are where we need to be.
Sounds good. And before I let you go, how about depth? I know you talked about you don't have a lot of numbers here on the community college level, but just talk about your depth. You feel comfortable going into the season ahead?
Feel good about it. I feel like we can put pretty much everybody we've got into the ball game right now. There's still a few that need to kind of learn what to do, and that's our job as coaches to get them to that level. But we feel like that hopefully everybody will get to play especially early in the year, weather being as hot as it is, and we had to play a lot of people, special teams, and defense and things like that. So, and then once we kind of get established as who our top guys are and things like that. But I feel like they're out there working hard. We're going to give them. That's kind of our job as coaches. They pay the price in practice. It's our job to give the reward to play in a ball game. That type deal. So. Looking forward to it.
Well, good luck. Jason McManus, our offensive coordinator. Jason, obviously, it seems like the season was so far off when we hired you. Now all of a sudden it's upon us. Just your thoughts coming into this season ahead.
Well, the thing that's been good is I think we've got this offense, the defense. We have our roster the way we want it. We have the staff the way we want it. And it's encouraging because I feel like I've got our quarterback, we've got the receivers, we have the backs, we have the offensive line, we have all the pieces in place to be successful this season.
Well, and that's important, being an offensive coordinator. Of course, you made a lot of stops in D1 along the way, but obviously a coach can get even a better coach when you've got weapons, and you feel good about your guys.
I do. We have as talented of kids on offense as anywhere I've been. Adding a few transfers to the returners we have. It makes it fun. It makes it really fun to coach these guys, and my job's to be simple and get them the ball. That's pretty. That's as easy as it gets.
Well, they call you a player's coach, so obviously you're doing a good job relating. And I'm sure, are you up at night? Are you like a player? Do you have some anxiety coming into this year?
I'm excited. I'm nervous, but this profession is all about the players. If it wasn't for the student athletes that you guys visited with earlier, none of us would have a job. So I think every decision we need to make, every practice, everything we do as coaches has to have the players' best interest in heart. So we're going to do whatever we got to do to win the game, and we're going to maximize our players' talents to win a championship and also get those kids recruited to four-year schools.
All right, Coach Juergens, offensive line coach here, getting ready for your first fall wearing the red and blue of ICC. Your thoughts, your impressions coming into the season?
I've loved it so far. This is my 6th junior college I've been at in my career, and facilities, people, everything else is top-notch, and there is no reason why we can't have a very successful season.
Talk about your offensive line as a whole. I know you were excited about some of the guys that came in recruiting-wise, some of the guys returning from a year ago. Your thoughts, maybe a goal or two from an offensive line standpoint.
The staff did a great job recruiting kids, bringing some talent in here. I got 2 returning starters in Connor Popek and Brendan Tudor. We're both looking for a ton of leadership from them. Put a bunch of different combinations so far in camp, and what we want to do is try to find the best mix of everybody. Obviously, the goal, since ICC has not been to a bowl game since '92, get our butt to postseason.
There you go. And what's it going to take for us to get into the postseason from your point of view? I mean, I know it's just one opinion, but some things that you as a staff are working on to make us go to that next level.
Confidence is key in anything. I mean, it doesn't make any difference what sport, whether you're playing golf, hitting a baseball, what have you. And if we start early, kids believe in it early, we're going to roll late.
Ray Williams, defensive line coach here at ICC. We've heard a lot of impressions from the players. How about your standpoint as a defensive line coach, your thoughts coming into this year?
Pretty much the same as it's always been, same way it was taught to me. It's all about winning your one-on-one battles. And the main thing with my position is, well, any position on defense, we want them to experience success early. That way, like for example, if I'm a cornerback, you want those guys to experience success early because those guys are out there on the island. My defensive ends, I want them confident. So when Coach Cannon wants to drop everybody and just rush forward, I can say, Coach, put it on me. I got it. And with we got some young guys up front. We're still in the cutting teeth process, and when you're out there and all we got is each other, and I kind of want them to. My main focal point right now is win your one-on-one battles, get better every day, even if it's my first step, hand placement, studying my playbook, just get better at something every day.
Well, you're a former All-American player in college. Looking at your defensive line, are there some guys that you're expecting to step up? Maybe some goals that you want to achieve this year?
As of right now, I got one guy that's returning from last year. That's Fred Ward. As always, my expectations are high for him. I got a couple transfers. Those guys, it's the same. Like, I would be wrong to say I expect more from Fred than I would anyone else. My expectations for my guys are all high. Like, I want them to do great. And like I said earlier, I want them to get out, experience success early. And from that point on, it's, go play, go have fun. And that's what I did in college. That's the way it was taught to me. Get success early, learn from your mistakes, and have fun.
Tyrone Fox, defensive back coach, ICC. Tyrone, talk about just your thoughts coming into the year, your secondary as a whole, maybe the confidence level you have in your guys coming into that opener against East Central.
Well, I got two older guys, Terrell Pinson and Pat Malone, who's kind of been the big brother of my younger guys, taking them up under their wing. And the younger guys got to learn more than one position. We try to create depth within, so the corners learn safeties learn corner. So basically everybody on every play, everybody know everything for every position.
Wow, that sounds complicated. Has it been tough?
No, because the kids we pretty much have some smart kids and they're talented as well, and so it's not a hard transition.
Obviously, we're going to see some talented receiving cores this year, but I guarantee it, Tyrone, maybe not as good as what we're seeing every day in practice. I mean, your DBs are probably learning quite a bit from what they're seeing from that ICC offense, specifically the wide receiving core.
Yes, the offense has some great receivers, and our freshmen had to learn the hard way of competing in this league. I think they didn't expect this players to be so fast, but they're here and they're fast. So gradually they picked it up, and now you can begin to see progress with the young guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, DBs here at ICC, and this is how many years coaching the DBs for you?
Second year.
Yeah, I mean, you've coached some good ones,
Yes.
and just talk about your style and maybe some things that you're trying to pass along to these defensive backs here.
Well, a lot of my players, they get angry at me sometimes because I'm sort of kind of hard to please. But the end result, we've had 5 defensive backs to sign in the last 2 years to Division I colleges. So I guess the hard way is the right way for us.